What the hell?
We've all been there. Watching as a single dent or scratch turns into a consistent reminder of repair costs, time wasted, and money lost. It feels unfair, doesn't it? But what if it didn't have to be this way? Every year, millions of cars end up like this, wrecked, scrapped, and wasted. And every time it happens, the bill falls on you. But what if we could keep cars on the road longer, save money, and reduce waste, all at the same time?
Hi, we're Atem Shell, a team of early college students, and we're on a mission to revolutionize automotive technology. Imagine if your car could repair itself after a minor dent or scratch. No costly repairs, no rising insurance premiums, just a sleek and seamless recovery. This is the vision behind Atem Shell. With the guidance of our mentor, Shannon Keys, and UNC Charlotte resources, we are developing a self-healing car exterior that enhances durability and keeps the vehicle looking like new. When brainstorming for this project, we knew we needed a material that could do more than just look good. It had to be durable, flexible, and capable of repairing itself. That's when we came across Nitinol. Through our research, we found Nitinol has a unique property. When it's put under stress, it can revert back to its original form when exposed to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Nitinol's magic lies in its structure in three key phases: austenite, martensite, and deformed martensite. These phases dictate how it behaves under different conditions. It's the transition between these phases that makes Nitinol revolutionary. By hitting the material, it returns back to its austenite phase, restoring its original shape. It's the perfect solution for self-repairing car exteriors. Our target audience ended up being newer drivers. According to Safe Teen Driving, new drivers are 4 times more likely to crash or experience a near crash than their adult counterparts. Newer drivers are also considered higher risk for insurance companies, making them more at risk for major rises in their monthly premiums.
So we had a sample size of 112 drivers who had 4 or less years of driving experience. With this, our data began to show that 78% of those people claimed that the most discouraging part of driving and having to pay for insurance is that it's going to increase every time you file a claim. Our research also began to show that even when insurance is an option, drivers are much more willing to leave damages on their cars or even try to fix them through a third-party source, even if it's more coming out of their pockets.
October 11th, and Aaron and I ended up just securing 2 new mentors in the form of James Fox and Shannon Keys. We began our search in the Batcave, where we were trying to find somebody who just knew a bit more about car designs, the metals we were going to be working with, as well as somebody who would be able to provide us with a space to shape and weld the metal. Since the Batcave is no longer owned by NASCAR, they actually got rid of their automotive department, so instead we were connected with the head of the automotive department, Jim Fox. He agreed to help us finalize our design, as well as work with us to find the best way to actually use our metal. But when it came to welding and the resources that we would need, he said that he would not have that.
He told us he really can't help us with much on our project, so that's when he redirected us to our new mentor, Shannon Keys, which when talking to him for the first time, we could tell he was involved with knowledges of metals and welding, and we knew he would be the best fit for us. He told us what we had to do, for example, going to workshops to complete the certification in order for us to be allowed to work with the welding processes in a workshop. And he told us to make monthly emails and meetings with him and to give him quick updates, and he will be helping us along the way with this project.
So, through some model research and just kind of talking to people about our project overall, we had came across a person who had a recent experience in an accident and how their story went through. They would also like to explain how their story would have been different if they were equipped to Atem Shell.
Could you tell us about what happened the day of your accident?
Yeah, so I was just driving out of the parking lot, or out of my parking spot, and I hit a car. And the lady I had in whose car I hit, I ended up having to drive with her to Gastonia in order to get a quote, and it ended up being $1,300 out of pocket, which is a lot of money.
Wait, why would you pay that out of pocket instead of going through your insurance?
So I had to pay that out of pocket because I can't really afford for my insurance to go up, because I already pay so much each month because I pay for my insurance, and that's a lot of money to for my insurance to go up.
My next question would be, how do you think the Atem Shell would have changed this situation?
So the Atem Shell would have saved me so much trouble, and my bank account also so much trouble. I just would have really helped.
This is a prime example of the kind of people we would like to outsource our product to. But we cannot outsource our product without a product, which is the reason why we have to create a final model concept.
So we ran into a problem. Our initial plan was to 3D print our car model out of carbon fiber and mold our heated nitinol around it.
After our meeting with Shannon Keys, we realized the carbon fiber is made out of 50% plastic, meaning that it would quickly melt on impact. Further deliberation brought us to the solution of creating our prototype out of a cheaper metal that has a higher melting point and using hammer forming on a CNC machine to shape the sheets however we need. We would then use that as a base as we shape the nitinol sheets around our prototype and create the model.
With this change came the need to revise our budget. We were able to cut costs by being able to use the senior lab design to make our nitinol metal, but there also came some changes as to we needed some new prototype metals and a CNC machine for specific designs. Being mindful of our $1,000 budget, we were able to make the final breakdown of our costs.
Nitinol is a valuable material that can easily be molded into complex shapes. Unfortunately, as of right now, we do not have access to machines or connections to machines that could withstand its initial high temperature to make its original mold. For this reason, we have two designs. Our first design is an F1 sleek looking car design that we made on Fusion 360 that can be used for future projects or if we were to expand our original project. A second design that we have is more of a bulky, simplistic design, and this will be able to be used easily if we were to 3D model it, and also if we were to apply our nitinol metal to it.
When we began this project in September, we hoped to revolutionize the car industry. We wanted to create a nitinol-based self-repairing car shell in order to reduce repair costs, lower insurance premiums, and promote sustainability. We hoped to start prototyping earlier and improve task delegation when it comes to focusing on documentation and who would be the supplier for communication. We gained a lot of hands-on experience with using nitinol and a lot of other metals that can be involved with it, and we also learned a lot about prototyping. We took a lot of classes when it came to welding and even managed our teamwork skills along with it. If we had 6 more months, we definitely scale this project up. We would change the design of our car in order to fit a more practical car and a one that would be a lot more visually appealing. We'd automate the repair process and kind of conduct a lot more testings that would be very extreme compared to what we've done so far. We also explore a lot of partnerships with other manufacturers to kind of delve into that part, see how much of this is actually possible to just get on the market as we are right now. Advice for the next year's teams is just to start prototyping as early as possible. Document every single thing that you do. We definitely wish we had a lot more recordings from certain portions. So every single time you have anything that even could be remotely of value, just make sure you document it. And then just communicate clearly with not only your teammates, but your teachers and your mentors as well. And just, it's a long process, so just stay resilient through all of it. The final quote that I'd like to leave everything off with is that the shell that heals itself reflects our journey, strengthens by setbacks, reshaping by learning, and unbreakable in its purpose. Thank you.